Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about the time domain specifications and their derivation. So basically, if you all remember, in the last to last lecture we discussed about the time domain specifications. The first one that we are going to derive first is our TR, that was the rise time. So when we are talking about rise time, how we defined it there is, if you all remember your this curve, it was the time taken for the output to reach the 100% of its actual output. It should have come up to 1, and when it reaches the 100% value, that time taken is called as your TR, that is the rise time. So from where we are going to start this, because as I already told you that our this curve always describes our second order system. So firstly we should write the equation of our second order system that we did in our last lecture. So that was 1 minus e raised to the power of minus zeta omega n t divided by under root of 1 minus zeta square sine of omega dt plus phi. I told you all to remember it like this only. So that is why we made it in a simplified form, so that is very easy to remember. So now according to the definition, when your output reaches the value of 1, when we have applied a step input. So 1 means your CT value is 1. So we are going to put a 1 here. CT becomes 1, and our this time that we are going to see here will get changed to TR, because at TR the value of CT is 1. So I am going to put it here also. So now your this cancels out and we are left with this thing equals to 0. So I am just rubbing this thing here and I am equating it this thing to 0, and we all always know that our this value is always exponential function, is always a finite value. So now I am left with this. If you all remember your plus 2, the actual output that we are going to get from your that trigonometric relations will be omega dtr plus phi equals to pi. So we used to do that in your plus 2 with your trigonometric functions equated to 0, sine equals to 0, that is going to give us the value of theta equals to pi and so on. So now I am going to solve for TR value. So my this TR will become equal to pi minus phi divided by omega d. If you want to open this thing here, just put it in a block and mark it as your equation number 1, because this is our first important formula that we are going to start using from tomorrow in our numericals again and again. So if you all remember, our this omega d value is equal to omega n under root of 1 minus zeta square. If we are given the value in term of omega n and zeta, we are going to replace our this omega d with this thing, and the value of phi, as I already discussed, was tan inverse of under root of 1 minus zeta square upon zeta. If you have to calculate your this value, we have to first put the value of zeta here, take the tan inverse, and then we are going to get the value of phi here. So this is our first formula. You all are requested to note it down in your notebook so that you people don't feel it difficult to understand the numericals that we are going to start in our next lecture. So now we come on to our second derivation, that is of our peak time TP. What was the definition? That it is the amount of time that is required by the output to reach its first peak. So corresponding to this first peak, the time taken is called your TP. So if you all check here that in this graph, your this value corresponds to the maximum value of CT. This is the maximum value of CT that could have achieved by this system. So what we should do? Do anyone remember any criteria for maximum to find out the maximum value? Anyone? Because we have all discussed in our plus 1 and plus 2 to find maxima, to find minima, what should be done? Exactly. What we should do is we should take the derivative of what? our CT, because when we are taking the derivative of our CT, because this is the graph of CT, so when we are taking the derivative of CT and equating it to 0, that is going to give us the maximum value of CT corresponding to our this TP. So let's first find out the CT maximum value. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to do the derivation of dCT by dt equals to, what will be the derivative of 1? It will be 0. So we are left with this. It will be in two parts. Let's say this is our part 1 and this is our part 2. So this will be your e raised to power of minus zeta omega nt upon under root of 1 minus zeta square. I am keeping this part as constant and I will be derivating your this part only. So your this thing will become equal to cos of omega dt plus phi. When we are derivating it, our this t is going to change into our tp, because we are corresponding to maximum value, we are getting the value of tp. So then the derivative of your this thing will be omega d, right? So now we are again going to go for your first part. We are going to keep our this part as such, omega d tp plus phi into derivative of your exponential term, that is omega n tp divided by under root of 1 minus zeta square. That is always written as such, but we have to take the derivative of your this term, that is going to give us the value of minus zeta omega n. So I think this is clear, that keeping first part as constant, taking the derivative of the second one, then keeping the second part as constant, taking the derivative of the first one. So now let's rearrange everything here. So I think we can take out our this part, because this is common in both the cases out, and then we can see that what we are left with inside the bracket, e raised to power of minus zeta omega n tp divided by under root of 1 minus zeta square into cos of omega dtp plus phi, and this is omega d multiplied by this. So inside it will be your, let's take minus out here. So this minus minus goes out. If I'm going to put plus here, my this minus is still there, so I have to put a minus sign here. So it will be equal to my zeta omega n multiplied by sine omega dtp plus phi, right? So now I am going to again, because after taking the maxima we have to equate the value to 0 to find our this CT maximum value. So now I am going to equate it to 0, and again we all know that our this value is finite, so we have to neglect it. We are only left with our this trigonometric function. So I am going to take my this negative sign, this whole term, towards your RHS. So I am left with omega d into cos of omega dtp plus phi equals to zeta omega n sine omega dtp plus phi. Now I think you know what to do, because you all know sine here, cos here. We can shift our this cos function to there to make it a tan, and we can shift our this function to here to make it omega d upon zeta omega n, right? So here we have got omega d upon zeta omega n equals to tan of, because angles are same, so that makes it to be omega d tp plus phi, right? So now again omega d, we all know what was the full value of your this omega d. We have to expand it to make it omega n under root of 1 minus zeta square. Your omega n cancels out and we are left with this. And I already told you to put it in your brackets and highlight your this thing, because we are going to use it again. And if you all can correlate it to your previous lecture, your this value is the value of your tan inverse phi. So what I am going to do is I am going to take it a here and I am going to replace it to phi. So let's do it. This becomes my tan inverse of under root of 1 minus zeta square upon zeta equals to omega dtp plus phi. Your this thing becomes phi omega dTp plus phi, that gives me the general value of omega dTp equals to n pi. So this all we used to do in our trigonometry. So from here I am going to get the value of Tp as n pi upon omega d. So when we are going to get the peak time for our first peak, the value of n will be equal to 1 for the first peak. So we have written here in the definition first peak, so that makes our n to be equal to 1, and we are left with your second derivation of your Tp equals to pi upon omega d, right? So now we are left with your last one. So now we come on to our third derivation, and that is of your MP. So first we have to understand that how we can derive our MP. Just check here that this total is our CT maximum. This whole value corresponds to our CT maximum, and corresponding to CT maximum, the value of time is TP here. The value of the time is TP here. So the first step that we have to do is we have to make it CT maximum, and we have to, for that value, replace our time to TP. Can you understand it? We want to get the maximum value of CT max. We have calculated the value of TP. So corresponding to TP in this expression, we are going to get the value of CT maximum. So firstly we are going to put the value of Tp that we just calculated in this expression, and after that we are going to calculate the value of MP. So now let's first understand how we can calculate MP. If you all just see that the value of MP is not starting from 0 up till this point. The value of MP only corresponds to this much of the value. So if we have applied step input and we know the value of CT maximum, we know that our MP will be equal to, we can subtract 1 from CT maximum to get the value of our MP, because you can see that total value here is CT max, and if we subtract our this portion from here, what we are going to get is we are going to get our this much value, and this value corresponds to our MP. So we are going to do the same thing. Firstly we are going to calculate the value of CT maximum, and after that we are going to find out the value of MP by subtracting 1 from here, because we are calculating this for unit step input, right? So now let's come on to here and put the value of Tp as pi upon omega d in this expression. So now we have put the values of Tp in our this expressions as pi upon omega d everywhere. So now we can directly cut omega d here, but here we have to do the expansion of your omega d. So here writing down the expanded form of omega d as omega n under root of 1 minus zeta square, we can find out that we can cut your this omega n, and so we are left with your e raised to power of minus pi zeta upon 1 minus zeta square. This whole term is e raised to the power, and here we have got our 1 minus zeta square into sine of pi plus phi. So you all know that sine pi plus phi is equals to what? We all know this. So replacing our sine pi plus phi as e raised to power of minus this into minus of sine phi here. So your this minus is going to go here and it is going to become plus. Now we come on to your denominator. Now in this expression we are going to replace our this thing with the one we assumed, that is under root of 1 minus zeta square we assumed as our sine phi. So replacing our this expression with sine phi here and cutting out our this common sine phi, we are left with the expression for CT maximum as 1 plus e raised to the power of minus pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square. So this is the value of our CT maximum. So as previously discussed, what we have to find? We have to find the value of MP, and the value of MP was to subtract 1 from your value of Ct maximum. So putting this expression over here, we get 1 plus e raised to the power of minus pi zeta upon 1 minus zeta square minus 1. So this 1 cancels out, and now we are going to get the complete value. Now we are going to get the complete value of our MP as e raised to the power of minus pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square. So mark this as your third value. So this is the third formula that we are going to use again in our numericals that we are going to start doing from tomorrow. So now we come on to our last expression, and that is of settling time. We don't have to do the derivation of it, we only have to remember the formula here. So in general, we always use your 2% band, that when the output settles by plus minus 2% of the actual output that we want, then we always go for the formula of Ts equals to 4 upon zeta omega n. But for plus minus 5% band, sometimes given in the numericals, you have to go for 3 upon zeta omega n. So that these are the two parameters that we require for calculating our settling time. So just mark these two as your fourth formula that we are going to use in your numericals. So that's all for now. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching.